So I started off taking a course on DevOps engineering, and while it was quite interesting, I ran into a roadblock, and this is a common roadblock for many young fellows out there. But this gives me an idea that there are a lot of people who wants to learn this thing, they want to learn, but then they face these many blockers. So over the course of my career, I was thinking, what do I do to impact on the community, like help young folks be able to also become like a skilled technical person in the aspect of backend, not just software development, right? Just front end, back end, whatever you want to do, but then access to resources. So I created a kind of an application that leverages on Docker containers. So you want to work with virtual machines, like easy to instance and the rest. You have that. Like you can spin up Ubuntu Docker container, and then you'll be able to have that like alternative to use and learn Linux commands. You can create a Jenkins server in the Ubuntu Docker image. Let's get right into it. Yeah, so this is the login page of the application that I built, and yeah, so you see it has a feel like that of logging into an application. So let's get right into it. This is the Leap initiative, so we can put in any password, any user and password, and can log in. Yeah, so this is the interface, and right here we have the services that you can provision. So right here we have virtual machines, we have Ubuntu, we have Debian, we have Alpine Linux, we have Postgres for database, we have MySQL, we have MongoDB, we have Redis. And for CI/CD pipelines, you can spin up Jenkins, GitLab, SonarQube, Portainer. These are stuffs that you need to practice when you're studying backends. So even when you have your class, like a class that you take, you can have this on the side to help you spin up resources free. You don't have to pay for it. So this is like load balancers, Nginx, Apache, Traffic, and this is to spin up a Kubernetes cluster, Kubernetes cluster. This spins up a Kafka cluster, an entire Kafka cluster, and this is for monitoring Grafana, Prometheus, Elasticsearch, and Kibana. So these are comprehensive tools that you can spin up as like learning your back-end engineering. So these right here are gonna be tutorials that you can also readily click on and watch to be able to know how to do some of these things. So right here we can spin up like an Ubuntu server if we wanted to. So you just come here, you can give it a unique container name, you can decide what port you want to open on your host, and you can decide what port you want to open on the container. So this helps, like if you want to run an application in the Ubuntu server, you need to open the port on your host for that application so that the application can have traffic to the outside world. So if we click on create, at the background it's going to create an Ubuntu server. So Ubuntu server has been created. The below port is now open on your computer and container for services you wish to expose from the container. So you can actually hit your services on this port. You do a local host and this port on your browser. Then if you want to log in to the container that you created, you'll be able to do that, and we'll be doing that shortly. Let me pull up my VS Code and then we'll be able to do that. So yeah, this is my VS Code and the command we were meant to run. Let's see that again. So copy, hit enter, and now you are in the Ubuntu server. So you can do ls and then you see the folders that are in the Ubuntu server. Now you can practice your Linux command like touch a file. Touch a file, we'll say james.txt, and we can touch another file and say test.txt, and then on the ls we're going to see the two files that we created, right? Gonna see the two files that we created. Like I'll create a folder, we'll call the folder DevOps practice. So when we ls, we are gonna see the folder being created, and you can move into the folder cd DevOps practice cd, and ls, nothing in the folder. So you could create files in the folder if you want to. So yeah, this is like an example, just a quick tutorial on how this works. So similar for Debian and Alpine, you can create those. Just hit here, it creates it, and then you can log into it from your VS Code. So on the database side, we can create a Postgres database. If we want to, can create MySQL database. If you want to, for practice, we can create a MongoDB database just for testing. So let's create a MongoDB database. So it's creating in the background using Docker. Yeah, it has been created. Now you will be able to connect to your MongoDB. Let's say you have an application running that you're building and you need to connect to MongoDB from that application, right? So this is the connection URL you're going to be using, and this is the connection URL you're going to be using. And this is for if you actually want to connect to MongoDB via the MongoDB shell, you can use this command. And for connecting to MongoDB, like you have an application you're running and the application needs to talk to MongoDB, this is the connection URL you're going to be using. So MongoDB, to view MongoDB, you have to have like Mongo Express. That's if you want to see MongoDB in action and be able to just see it in the UI. So another container is pinned up in the background, which helps us view MongoDB. So once we click on here, it's going to take us to Mongo Express, and we need to recall our password that it says admin and password leap 2025. So put in admin and then leap 2025. And here we have our MongoDB. So here, if you can create database. You can create a database, give it a name. You can call it, say, Kafka database, and then you can create it. So that's how you create a database. Looks good. So let's run a test and create Jenkins and see. So we're going to be creating a Jenkins server, and we can access the Jenkins from port 8444 on our local computer. Okay, Jenkins has been created. So we'll wait for about 2 to 3 minutes for Jenkins to start up. If we hit the port right now, we may not be able to see Jenkins provisioned. So, but we can just hit it and see. It's gonna take a little bit of time for Jenkins to be ready. Yeah. Jenkins is getting ready to come up. Yeah, here you have your Jenkins that you can actually practice with. So you can create a job, a freestyle project, and just practice. So this is where you have your class that is teaching you Jenkins. I will be doing some classes as well, but this is like a demo video of what the application, my application, looks like and the help it brings. So when you want to practice Jenkins, now you have a way to spin up Jenkins without the hassles of trying to get virtual machines, like getting cloud services that you can spin up cloud with servers on, where you can create Jenkins. So this is the beauty of it. So many other stuffs like SonarQube you can create. Nginx can spin up Nginx server. Nginx created, and when you hit here, you should see welcome to Nginx, and then you can practice. You can log into the Nginx. You can log into the Nginx from your VS Code, like I just did earlier. Yeah, you're logged into Nginx, and then now you can practice. You can actually configure your Nginx from here. So I believe this will really help young folks who are tech enthusiasts, just learning tech for the first time. They can actually really use this to be able to, get to know what they are doing. So this is great stuff. Like, feel free to. I will be having it pushed to my GitHub repo, and then you just git clone the GitHub repo, and then you follow the prerequisites that are on the README of the GitHub repo, and you can be able to spin this up. This runs on your local computer, and no one has access to it. No one knows what you're doing. It's not tied to anyone. It's just me offering this to the tech community to help tech generally in Africa and in Nigeria. So yeah, thank you for your time, and this is going to be fun. We're going to be having a lot of projects, a lot of stuffs we are going to be doing on this channel, documenting my impact in the tech world in Nigeria. And yeah, thanks